Hey gang, I just wanted to talk real quick about kind of programming and how we drop this mobility work into a program from just a specific workout and then kind of back that out into a week and a month and so forth. So within an actual workout, typically my facility is more group setting. So with group classes or small group or semi-private, we drop this mobility work in with the warm-ups often. So you'll have your traditional calisthenics, your jumping jacks, your body weight squats, that sort of thing. And then depending on what movements or strength movements are being done in that session, say you've got squats lined up or deadlifts lined up, a lower body movement, typically we'll target and include some hip specific work. So some some cars, certainly for the hips, maybe some quick pails rails just to activate the system, try to expand some range of motion in that joint. And along that line of thinking, if we've got a little bit more of an upper body focus session, some pushing and pulling, bench press, overhead press, pull-ups, that sort of thing, we'll certainly target the shoulder joints with some shoulder cars, glenohumeral cars, scap cars, that sort of thing, and then maybe some lift offs, things again to expand range, make sure that joint is ready to roll for the strength training that's to follow. So as far as where we do it, certainly in the warm-ups, it's oftentimes included in the workout itself too. So say, again, I'll use an example of the deadlift. If we're going for 3 reps at 85% of your 1 rep max, so some fairly heavy lifting, we typically will include some rest time in that. So say you're gonna do 3 reps and then rest for 3 minutes. During that 3 minutes of rest, we'll incorporate some a 90-90 hip transfer, something like that. So a low level cars, a low level flow, nothing too intense. But if we drop that into your rest time, so it's a bit more of an active recovery, if you will, the heart rate certainly still gonna come down. The system will kind of regroup and get ready for your next set of 3 reps. But you're still getting some productivity and you're still getting some mobility work in during the rest. So couple your deadlifts with a 90-90 hip flow or hip transfer, that shin box drill is one way to do it. And we do that as well. Those are probably within a workout where we put them in the most. So as an active rest, active recovery movement, and at the warm up, sometimes we'll include a couple of cars at the end of a routine if we're doing some passive static stretching work and a little bit of some mobility work in there as well towards the end and a cool down. So I don't think there's exactly one place it has to go. I think generally speaking, from a bigger picture standpoint, most people need more mobility in their life. So wherever you can drop it in, I think is probably a good thing. And then if you back that out a little bit to like a week and a month, that's much more of a personalized answer. We will typically, again, depending on the person, depending on, if you take them through an assessment, an FRA, and see where they have their limitations and things, you'll give them some homework. You've got 0 internal rotation of your hip, you have no hip, then you're gonna work hip cars, you're gonna work some pails rails to try to expand that range. That's every damn day, as Dre would say. So, get that, start to open up that joint, if that makes sense, try to expand, try to create some awareness and then in that hip joint. And then typically we will prescribe them a flow or 2 that really just gonna target those areas, that weakest link, if you will. At our facility, when everything's open and we're not in a pandemic, we offer 1 Kinstretch class a week. Right now online on Zoom, we're offering 3 a week. So people are getting a lot more opportunity to get some mobility work in, and we've gotten a lot of comments about how good they feel. So you can certainly, like anything else, you can do too much, but I don't think, generally speaking, most people are getting enough. I'd say a minimum of the everyday cars. If you've got certain trouble areas, oftentimes it's hips, low back, shoulders. Adding a quick flow, 10-minute flow in most days of the week is good. And then for the full body, 2 Kinstretch classes a week. Again, these are very general terms. Depends on what your goals are and what else you're doing as far as fitness and exercise goes. But that's real generally speaking. Cars every day, specific flows, specific to your needs every other day, and then 1 to 2 Kinstretch classes a week would probably be a great place for most people to start. So I hope that helps just kind of give you an idea of where we drop it in. If you're wondering with clients where to drop it in for their workouts, warm-ups, maybe active rest, and then bigger picture, give them some flows specific to their trouble areas. Make sure they're getting at least 1 to 2 Kinstretch classes in a week. Thanks.